In the last 304 days, I quit medicine, packed our bags, and set out to become digital nomads. I never thought I would say this, but at one point I really said, why would anyone want to be a doctor when you can have this? Hi friends, my name is Eunice. If you're new here, I'm a junior doctor from New Zealand, and for the past year I decided to do something completely out of my comfort zone and became a digital nomad. We're back home now and I wanted to share my experiences, some real reflections on this trip, and whether or not I still want to be a doctor. If you're even vaguely thinking or considering about doing something similar, make sure you stay till the end because I've got something that you'll want to hear. Good old Socrates says this: you don't know what you don't know. Literally, in the past 10 years, all I've known is medicine. I've either studied really hard to be here or worked my ass off to be a good doctor. All my friends around me are the same. Even though we're all complaining about how burnt out we are, we're doing nothing about it because that's just seen as the norm. But I just realized after the year of being away that our norm is so freaking skewed. Our perspective of normal is that it's okay to work 80-hour weeks, to work 10 days in a row, to work night shifts on Christmas. And as doctors, we're expected to be so put together despite all of those. You might be thinking, well, you signed up for it. Yeah, you're right. But as an 18-year-old signing up for med school, I did not comprehend what this all would mean. In fact, I didn't even know how burnt out I was until last year, where I was given an opportunity to reflect on the year and try a really different kind of life. Do you guys know the phrase frog in the well? In Chinese it's called 井底之蛙. It describes someone who has a very limited perspective or is ignorant of the wider world because of their immediate surrounding. Because that's all they know. Basically, I was that frog and we met some really amazing people who really embodied the phrase, life is what you make of it. We met Philip and Laura, who are this really lovely Spanish couple, and they're in the late 50s. So they've got a business that's recently gone completely remotely in the last couple of months, which means they can work overseas in Southeast Asia. So they work and travel at the same time. And they've got 2 adult kids who still live in Spain and are fully supportive of their decision. We also met lots of younger people our age who are doing something similar. In fact, there's like a whole ass community doing this. They've shown me how else life could look like. There's just no set rules. Okay, look, I'm not saying that they don't have their own set of challenges or worries, but people here just look genuinely happy. They've taught me that work should enable the life that you want, not disable it. I am so grateful and so thankful that I'm doing medicine, but I also want to remember what's truly important to me, to my life. When you introduce yourself to someone new, what do you say? I have a few standard introductions up my sleeve for the past year. It goes like this. Hi, I'm Eunice. I'm an ex-doctor who's quit medicine and I'm traveling for the year. Or, hi, I'm Eunice. I'm a wannabe YouTuber who hasn't monetized yet and I'm living off my lovely partner here. I always thought that I didn't care about what others thought of me, but I learned through the hard way this year that that is so far from the truth. Last year, I felt like a failure in many areas that I was relatively confident in. I felt really embarrassed introducing myself because I felt like I didn't have any achievements or any decent income to prove my worth to everyone else there. And the cherry on top was that I was having really mad breakouts and bad hair days. I never knew that my mental health could get so low. Looking back, I am happy that I got humbled really hard last year, or else I wouldn't have gotten the opportunity to learn and grow. Through this year, I've learned so many new skills outside of medicine. Things like video editing, graphic designing, content writing, photography, the list goes on. I've learned that making money online is possible, and even without my doctor degree, I can still make money. Because the reality is, no job is indispensable, especially after the COVID pandemic. I'm sure many of you guys would agree with that. So the more skills that we have, the more opportunities that we're giving to ourselves. I've also learned so much more about myself in this 1 year. None of this would have been possible without this year as a digital nomad. And hey Titus, if you're watching this, I want to thank you sincerely for giving me this opportunity to see and live this different kind of life. It's literally been life-changing. I'm sure many of you guys are thinking, what's next? Does she still want to be a doctor? Well, before I address that, I want to talk about making money online. And this will be for those of you who are thinking about trying this digital nomad lifestyle. People say that it's easy to make money online. It's much better than working a 9-to-5 job. I agree and disagree. It's easy in the sense that it's easy to pick up something like that in your free time because there's just so many resources out there on how to start. But whether or not you make big money or whether you even enjoy what you're doing is something completely different. Like any job, I think you need to stick with it for a while, at least a year, to be able to learn it properly, to grow it. But even then, there's still a fairly big chance that it won't go as smoothly as you hope. And this is why I say that. I started my YouTube channel at the end of 2022 thinking that I would go viral and that it would support my trip in 2023. But the reality is I literally just got monetized a couple of days ago after I've returned from my digital nomad trip. I started writing affiliate blogs thinking that Amazon's gonna sponsor at least 50% of my expenses, right? But then I found out that I hated writing, so I stopped that. We're still getting passive income coming through from Amazon, but Google updates is screwing us over so hard this year with all the policy changes and whatnot. It's not all roses either. I'm gonna cry. The one tip that I will give if you want to try digital nomading is save up more rainy day funds, more than you think you'll need if you don't have a stable online income yet. Back to the question about doctoring. I know I want to do medicine because I really do enjoy the experience and the satisfaction that I get from this work. Like, you literally cannot find anything similar in other fields that I've worked in. I have got a registrar job lined up at the end of January to start in Christchurch Hospital. This is a more senior role with a lot more responsibilities. But after this nomad trip, I'm gonna try really hard to remember what's truly important to me and try not to just stick to the status quo and what everyone else is doing in the medic bubble. I want to continue to make YouTube videos for you guys and to grow a community here. If you're still watching to this point of the video, you are the real MVP. Thank you so much for your support. If you're curious about the adventures that we got up to this year as digital nomads, make sure you check out this playlist next.